And we're live. What is going on with y'all? What? All right. So, couple things. Welcome back. This is You and I See Different. Two, what? Three more episodes coming to you. Um, Obviously, this is one, but here I wanted to talk about. First of all, I want to say Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving or the holidays, uh, namaste. And I also want to say uh, I hope you enjoyed the time you had that day off with your family. Um, and I hope you ate some dinner. That's it. But I want to say something. I want to say if I was able to do one thing, it would be to slow down time. Now, I know a lot of you are like, slow down time. That's it. But for real, listen, Thanksgiving Day is an amazing day, just like every other day. You know, we're thankful for this, we're thankful for that. We're thankful for the turkeys. We're thankful for the hams with pineapples, you know, the potato salads and the but I do want to let you guys know that we should always be thankful. Now, this day to me is a little overrated just because it should always be this way. Now, if I was able to slow down time, I would allow, actually, no. If everybody was able to slow down time, it would be a lot more easier for people. First of all, the whole reason why I say this is because when you're having a day that is like hectic, or it's Monday, everybody's Monday is hectic, okay? Everybody, almost everybody, or at least almost everybody can agree that Mondays is like, ugh, coming off the weekend, blah, blah, blah. Come on, you know, it's a thing. So, that being said, when those days come around, we're very sluggish. We're very fast paced, quick. You know, we don't take time to slow down. And that's what I mean about slowing down. They say time is just an illusion, but I really believe that. It's just like you got to let the time flow. Sometimes you got to just, there's days that you're busy and whatever, and but there's always time to decompress. So if you don't have that time to meditate, or if you don't have that time to watch TV, or you don't have that time to do something that you enjoy, at least for 30 minutes when there's a crazy day going on, there's something wrong. This is causing you stress. Okay. And that's okay because I am soon to become LLMT and LMT and LMT. I said it right. And other than that, the essence and the power that that little time has on your health and on your mental health is amazing. Now, there are situations that occur that people don't understand. And what I mean by that is that they're going 100 miles per hour all the time. There's never a day to just sit down and reflect. Never. And sometimes those people tend to forget. Okay. And when you forget, you probably don't forget on purpose, but to, you forget, you just forget about what's going on. And what I mean by that is you're not paying attention. Okay. Now, I know that sounded like I just said nothing, but you need to take time to pay attention to what's going on. Simple. Now, If you take time to pay attention to what's going on, you probably might not lose as much as if you were paying attention. What I mean by this has to do with being grateful. It has to do with being thankful. All of these slowing down the clock things can just be a form of saying we don't want to lose you. Now, what I mean by that is the ticker. It's going. 24, 24, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 13, 24. It's a whole day. Boom. Military time. Now, what happens when time keeps going by and you're not paying attention? More time goes by, and then you're like, how the heck did that happen? Why wasn't I? How didn't I? What happened to how? I wish I could, shoulda, woulda, could have, you know? And the reason why I'm saying this is because there are many people, there are many individuals that live a fast paced life and don't even have the time to let you know how they feel. Now, what I mean by this is obviously no stranger is going to come up to you and say, well, actually, let me not say that. Don't generalize, Julian. It could be a possibility that some stranger comes up to you and it's completely vulnerable to you. It has happened plenty of times, actually. And it's so unfortunate to see people not be able to speak to their loved ones because their loved ones are always on a 100 mile per hour, street. And if we were all able to just slow down, reflect, remind yourselves of, I don't know, who cares for you, remind yourselves what your worth is, remind yourself all these beautiful things that have to do with your individual self, then maybe you can reflect it towards other people. Now, if that's the case, that everybody slows down, takes their time, thinks, understands what's going on, addresses the situation, and then confronts the situation, then maybe we all would be able to be closer. And it's really that simple. Now, the reason why I said slowing down the time is due to the fact that, you know, a lot of people don't take time to meditate. A lot of people don't take time to think. Um, I did ask a couple questions on social media the other day, and one of them was if men were if men were responsible for women's insecurities in the sense of having to look over their shoulder all the time. And there was a couple people that said no, that that's not our problem, male's problem. And other people said obviously that it is our problem. Now, the perspective can't be judged because it's your opinion and you're entitled to your opinion, and that's okay. Nobody knows what's wrong and what's right when it comes to a question, because we can all have different forms of thinking. Um, but if we were able to slow down time and actually go over these things, have conversations with individuals, from the opposite sex or from the same sex, then maybe you would have a different perspective. Now, that's what I mean by slowing down time. It only benefits all of us because you have a conversation, and that conversation is pretty much confronting. And obviously, I use confronting not in a bad way. I mean it in a good way, not like, yeah, you. No, I'm talking about a regular conversation. And if we were all able to be able to speak about things and not be so reserved, would be the word. Hmm. I'm looking for orgulloso. Anyways, the word is pride. There you go. The word is prideful. If we weren't so prideful, maybe we would be able to speak on topics like this, and maybe come to a conclusion, maybe come to an agree to disagree. But yeah, the point is that if we were able to slow down time, we would definitely be able to understand each other a lot better. Now, now that this is healthy for your mental, obviously your stress levels, um, it can definitely be 100% helpful. If you were to slow down time, you can exercise, you can stretch, you can just make a gap in the day. It has 24 hours. Instead of binge watching programs, maybe on that time that you're off, you should take the time to look in the mirror and say, hi, what is my thought process today? How do I feel today? A question that I ask myself and my friends, actually, a question that I ask specific people from my massage therapy school would be, how is your mental? How do you feel emotionally? And how do you feel spiritually? Every day, almost every day. Yeah, I would say every day. It is essential to ask these three questions because not everybody is in a good day. Not everybody's in a good mood every day. And that's okay. Now, if we were able to understand that, confront it, talk about it, if they want, if you want, then maybe the levels of stress wouldn't be up here because you're decompressing with conversation. People are here to listen, to hear, to, it's the same thing, to listen, to speak, um, to not be as prejudiced when somebody has a different look on life. It's not your life. It's not. It really isn't. You can't be prejudiced to somebody else's opinion. So be prepared to battle in a conversation, civilized, like civilized people. But, you know, like I said, if only we can slow down time, you would probably be able to make a little bit of time to be able to speak. Now, if that's not true, and maybe slowing down the time is not the problem, then what is the problem? What is the obstacle that stops people from speaking, hearing, understanding, not agreeing necessarily, because you don't have to agree on everything of somebody's opinion, but engaging. It should be it should be completely healthy, completely rewarding. And that's it. You don't need a therapist. Let me not say that because who am I to diagnose? But if you need to speak to somebody, they probably live in your same house or they probably sleep right next to you, or they're probably just a phone call away. Now, if that were to be the case, then who knows what would happen? Maybe society would be a lot more caring. Maybe society would be a lot more loving. Who knows? You should try it. 15 minutes out of the day. Decompress however you need to. As long as it's with conversation. Don't decompress by watching Netflix. Don't decompress by playing video games, by going out, by drinking alcohol, by doing DRUGs. Talk to somebody, call somebody, tell them that you love them. Time goes by fast. We all pass. Then when we pass, time slows down. And you look around and you say, wow, I feel so grounded. You know, I like that a little rhyme that I put. But, anyways, tell me what you think. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. This one was a very short one. No, it wasn't. It was like 20 minutes. But, I want to let you know that this is temporary. We're all going to get better. Have a good one. Deuces.